Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bullets Wrestling Room here at Gettysburg College as we take on the 2017-18 Gettysburg College Wrestling Preview. Joining me today are two of our intrepid seniors. On my left, Louie Carusillo from, let's see if I can get it right this time, Pequannock, New Jersey. And the other senior on my right here, your left of your screen, is Lenny Ogozalek.
That was good.
Did I get it? All right, 4 years. I finally got it. Lenny is from Summit Hill, Pennsylvania, went to Panther Valley High School. Lou, you went to DePaul Catholic. So I'm glad you guys could be with us here today. We have a lot of questions to ask these two, which I'm going to right now on my handy-dandy sheet. I sent them all questions last night, so we'll see how much studying they did. Lou, looks like you got to come in a little bit. So, I'm going to start with a question for both of you. You guys have been wrestling now for about a month. Just in general, how excited are you to be back on campus, back inside the wrestling room and going at it every day? Lenny, we'll start with you.
Well, anytime I get to step on the mat, I'm always excited, especially for this year, senior year for both of us. So really looking forward to this year. Can't wait for their first competition this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend the guys are starting off at the Messiah Invitational this Saturday. Lou, how about you? How excited are you to be back in the swing of things?
Pretty excited. It's always fun to get back on the mat, like Lenny said. It's good to see how the freshmen are, roll around with them, enjoy the season, get off to a good start, and just, I don't know, the wrestling room just brings out a great atmosphere for everyone, whether it's in season or out of season, so I always love it.
Yeah, the wrestling room's kind of a hidden treasure inside this building. I'm not sure how many people actually know where it is. It's actually behind the athletics desk, up the stairs, right in front of Dave Wright's office. So it's always interesting when new people come in here and they're like, wow, I didn't know this was here. It overlooks Bream Gym, too. So speaking of the wrestling room, it's not a huge room. And this year we've got 31 guys on the roster, I think, this season. So, Lou, you got 15 new faces. You got all the returners. How long did it take you to get everybody's name down? And then what's it like wrestling inside this room with that many guys?
It took probably a solid week of preseason workouts to get everyone's name down. And, just rolling around with them, it's good kind of see new talent, what's coming in, see how they wrestle, their styles, kind of learn from them. Also kind of help teach them along with the college style and how it's a little different. But they look good, and I'm excited to see them go at it.
And luckily, all the walls in this room are padded, too. So if you do run out of space, it's okay, as long as you don't go too fast. So, Lenny, obviously, we've got a tremendous class of freshmen this year, 15 newcomers to the team this season. What, energy have they brought to the table this year, and what attitude have they brought so far?
I think all the new guys probably feel the same way as us. They're excited to be out here on the mat practicing every day, and they're really looking forward to the first competition. I know I could speak for the lighter guys because I wrestle a lot of them, and we have a lot of freshmen around 133, 141. So I've wrestled with a lot of them, and they go hard every day in practice. They're pushing, they're doing what they need to do. So yeah, it's been great. Get to know the new guys too, rolling around with them.
And of course, we'll see what they can do this weekend too at Messiah. Now, Lou, we return a ton of experience. I mean, we talk about the freshmen, there's 15 freshmen, but that also gives us 16 returning performers from last year, including, I think 8 of the 10 members of our starting lineup. I mean, Cam Stoops is a big loss at 197, certainly, but, we get Anthony back at 197 too after he spent most of last year abroad. So, looking at the experience, we've got 5 guys that won at least 20 matches last year. How does that type of experience help set the tone for this team this season, especially considering we have 16 freshmen?
I think having all this experience is great because it just puts our team as a whole on a good mindset, and then definitely just transferring that mindset to the freshmen will be good. And I mean, considering about half of us know what to expect and have been through it at least once and have had success, as you said, I think it's just great to have that and then transfer that to the freshmen, kind of get them all in the same mindset we are, and hopefully, give or take, maybe a couple competitions or so, we're all on the same wavelength and we're all pushing towards the same goals and having as much success as we saw last year in the returners and the freshmen.
Now's my chance to stir the pot a little bit between these two. So last season, I don't know if there was an outward competition or not, but these two had the 2 fastest pins. Lou comes out with the 23-second pin early in the season. Was that Petrophus or sinus?
That was
Or sinus fall brawl. And then Lenny, who had a 25-second pin early in the season, put down a 21-second pin at conferences, no less, right, in the third-place match, I believe. So Lenny won the competition for fastest pin this year. So I got to ask, guys, is there kind of a little competition coming into this season so you can get the fastest pin?
Well, there's a pretty big rivalry between me and Lou and everything. You know, being roommates and stuff, we kind of make fun of each other. You know, go at each other. I haven't really thought about the fastest pin competition, but you got it in my head now. So,
Lou, how about you? Any retort to that?
Oh, of course, a retort to that. I mean, it's never something you really think of unless like someone brings it up. But obviously, everyone's competing to do well. Like that's one of those good competitions. Obviously, like Lenny with 21 seconds now. I want to go to Masai this week and get 20 or 19 seconds. But obviously, those little things are fun. And I mean, me and Lenny have been wrestling since freshman year, so the little competitions are always present. So they're always fun to play around with.
And not to mention, the faster you pin a guy, the more time you can spend watching everybody else wrestle, right?
Quicker
And just to point out, these guys are still 6 seconds behind the school record, which is set by Paul Triandafilo at 15 seconds. So you guys got some work to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, moving on to the next question here, we're talking about dual matches. Last year we won 10 dual matches for the first time in 17 years. We finished 10-7 overall. We had over a 500 record in conferences too. I think we were at 4-3. While we tend to focus on conferences, regionals, and nationals because those are the ultimate goals. How important are those dual victories to the season, Lou? We'll go with you on this one.
All right. The duels are definitely very important. Like sometimes they're overlooked, I think, more than some of our tournaments and obviously conference, regionals, and nationals. But definitely just doing well in the dual meets is definitely a confidence booster because you can win all the matches in your world individually and be good, but when your team loses, it kind of like harps on you a little bit and kind of, I guess, brings you down. So definitely dual matches are important. I mean, obviously we won double digits last year. We want to repeat that and do the same. So we're looking forward to those duels and just getting out there as a team together and kind of just competing and as a whole and going and having fun.
And Lou, we'll just stay with you, and then Lenny will go to you with this next question too. We have 4 big events to start the year. We got the Messiah Invitational, the Ursinus Fall Brawl, McDaniel Duels, and the Messiah Petrophus Invitational. How important it is for the returners and the freshmen alike to get off to a good foot in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, those 4 competitions are definitely, I mean, I enjoy those, the first couple tournaments of the year, just so you get out there. Obviously, we're getting, I guess, our first look again, but we've been through it before. But it's definitely good to get back on the mat with tournaments, just get as many matches as you can, kind of get back into the whole groove of everything. But doing well at these are important, but it's more or less getting your mat time, seeing what you have to work on for the rest of the year, and just kind of narrowing your focus for how you want to train going into the dual meets after these tournaments come second semester when we hit the conference matches.
And Lenny, how about you? I mean, there's a lot of matches in the first month of the season. You can really tack on some wins early on if you're doing what you need to do.
Oh, I kind of feel the same way as Lou. These first couple tournaments, Messiah or Sinus, it's just kind of get back into the season. For the freshmen, it's to get them used to college wrestling. There's not as much pressure on these first couple tournaments, I feel like, until we get into like our dual meet schedule. Then like Lou said, it's about doing well for the team and not just for yourself. So yeah, there's not too much pressure on these first couple tournaments. Obviously, everyone wants to do well, but these are just to go out, wrestle, have fun, and see how you do.
And we had a pretty successful season as far as tournament places go. We finished second at Messiah Petrophus Invitational, which I believe is the program's highest ever finish at that event. We've been competing there for over 20 years. And we also finished second at the WNL Invitational, too. So maybe we can take home a tournament title this year. Good goals, right?
Exactly.
Lenny, we'll stick with you on the next question. Centennial Conferences, last year you had a great run. You finished third place overall at your weight class, 125 pounds. What's it going to take to where do I got here? There we go. You were one of 6 conference place winners. What's it going to take to beat that total as well as beat our third place finish overall as a team?
I think this year we have a solid lineup just like we did last year. I see a lot of guys placing. As long as we're working hard in the room and doing what we need to do in these first couple tournaments and dual matches and everything, everyone has potential to place in the conferences. I myself included. So,
wrapping things up a little bit here, we'll go with the team goals. Lou, what are the team's ultimate goals heading into 2017-18?
Obviously, we have some pretty good team goals. We have team GPA is number one. Academics come first. Keep a good GPA. We had a good GPA last year, and just either maintain that and obviously do better than that. That's our utmost goal, is do well academically. Like you said, we had 10 wins last year. We obviously want to hit that mark again and do obviously a lot better, get a couple more wins tacked onto that, take away a couple of our losses. And then our bigger goals towards the end of the season are just place more than 6 at conferences, place higher as a team. We have a shot to do that as long as we work hard. And then just place guys at regionals, and ultimate goal being have All-Americans on the podium at the end of the season. So,
Lenny, anything to add to that?
Lou covered them. We talked about it before with the other seniors. So,
all right. Well, I got one more question for you, and this is kind of a chance to give a shout out to some of your brethren here on the team. So, which teammates are you most looking forward to watching this season? I know I asked Cam Stoops and Brandon Karkup this question last year, and they said Colin Kowalski, and Colin went off and had an incredible start to last season, winning the Petrofis Invitational, starting out 17-2 before he got a little derailed with injuries late in the year. So for you guys, who are you looking to see out on the mat and compete this year? Lenny? It's okay to say yourself, too.
Well, other than that, I'm really excited to see the seniors, watching Lou, Jake, and Quinn. It's our final year. We've been together, and Anthony. We've been together for 3 full years now, our 4th year, final season. So I'm really excited to see how those other 4 guys do.
Yeah, seniors are among the most experienced seniors we've had here in recent history. I mean, certainly you guys have all wrestled in the starting lineup, and 4 of the 5 are conference place winners, past conference place winners as well. So, Lou, this is your shot to get there as well. So how about you? Which teammates are you looking forward to seeing? And Lenny stole the seniors, so you got to pick somebody else.
Obviously, like Lenny said, the seniors, but I'm ready to see the freshmen. They look like brought in a big class, and they're all determined in the room. You see them pushing every day and going hard. So I specifically want to see Sal do well, because I grew up with Sal. I remember going to Lehigh camp with him when I was a freshman in high school. It's like probably Lenny's height at that point. But yeah, I want to see him do well, obviously everyone else, and see how Puka does, because he's coming back from a year off, going abroad and everything. Hopefully he performs well. So just big things out of everyone. I'm excited to see him just go after it and have fun with it.
I hope you guys are excited too. I'm excited. These guys are excited. It's going to be a great season for Bullets Wrestling this season. I can feel it. So I'm glad you guys could tune in and watch us today. This has been the 2017-18 Bullets Wrestling season preview. You can catch these guys in action this Saturday at the Messiah Invitational. Opening bouts start at what time, guys? 10 o'clock in the morning. So make sure you catch it. We'll have results on GettysburgSports.com. We'll be tweeting, Facebook, Instagram stuff, so we'll have all that as well on our sites. So I'm signing off for Lou and Lenny. Corey Jewett, we'll catch you next time on Facebook Live.